Today's Chicago Bears mailbag is presented by True Classic Tees. Hey, listen, you don't want a silent night this holiday season, do you? True Classic Tees is going to make you look fresh. You get the polos as well. They look very good. They're very comfortable. Get 25% off. TrueClassicTees.com/chat. Perfect holiday gift as well. If you need to do some shopping for other people, 25% off. Promo code chat. TrueClassicTees.com/chat. Let's start this mailbag with a question from Sang Ray Kim. If Sean Payton reaches out to polls saying he wants to work with Justin Fields, saying he can make Justin Fields a superstar, what would you do if you were polls? I mean, look, obviously if a guy who's had a ton of success the last decade and a half calls you and says, I want to be the guy, I want to coach Justin Fields, that's obviously very tempting, but A, he's under contract with the Saints, and B, I just don't think they're going to fire Matt Eberflus after 1 year. I mean, if you fire Flus after 1 year, are you inspired with polls? I mean, if he's admitting he hired the wrong guy after a year, because that's what that would be. That would be an admission. So I don't think that's realistic. I respect the hell out of Sean Payton, but Flus isn't going anywhere. Sorry for eating your burger. That game was BS. Coaching staff knew Fields was injured and to run him and lie and said it was supposed to go to Monty. That was a lie. It was a quarterback draw. It looked like a quarterback draw to me. Matt Eberflus hasn't given us any reason to say he's a liar. Now, he does hold things back. He doesn't talk about injuries, but, I mean, for him to answer the question as stern as he did, I mean, but, by the way, even if it was a running back draw, it's still a stupid play call. It's 2nd and 9 with a minute 30 to go, and you're down. You got to throw the football. Stupid either way. Chris Peacock. Could the Bears trade for Deandre Hopkins this offseason if the Cardinals blow it up? You know, I've kind of seen this thrown out there a little bit where it's like, if this Cardinals thing falls off, they got hammered by the Niners on Monday Night Football. Could Hopkins be on the chopping block? Could they fire Cliff Kingsbury? Could they trade Kyler? Listen, I love DeAndre Hopkins. I wouldn't trade my first-round pick this year for him because you're going to be picking in the top 5 most likely, but would I trade a 2024 first? Maybe. I don't know. What would you guys do? Would you trade a 2024 first-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins? Because remember, by 2024, you're not thinking you're going to be drafting in the top 5. Like, the expectations, if this offseason goes to plan, is that next year you're competing for the playoffs. Like, that's the expectation, at least in my eyes. So, T for trade, P for pass. Would you trade a 2024 first-round pick for Hopkins? Let me know what you guys think. Tim Griffin, bigger offseason need, wide receiver or help on the defensive line. I think if you had to rank like roster strengths and weaknesses, defensive line would be worse than receiver. But you could argue receiver is more valuable to get because you want to put Justin Fields in the best possible position. So it really just depends. You could talk me either way, honestly. I think if you're picking in the top 5, defensive line is going to make way more sense than receiver based on who's available in this draft. But you know, it's a tough call because you want to get better everywhere, but you really want to help Justin Fields. Kale Salad, I don't trust polls when it comes to trading. I didn't like trading for Claypool for what is essentially a low first-round prospect. I do want to see how he handles free agency, though. I think we got to give this Claypool thing more time. Like, yeah, like that might end up being like a top, like the 35th pick, and that sucks, and I get all that, but if this free agent class isn't great at receiver, Claypool has shown in this league he can be a really good player. Let's give it time. I'm not punting on that trade 3 games in, and that trade was not just for this year. It was for after this year. Poles said that when he said, we don't love the free agent class at receiver. So, you know, time will tell if that was a good trade or not, but I think we have to give it more time. It's way too early to just be like, yeah, that Claypool trade was a mistake. Way too early. True Classic Tees, the perfect T-shirt for males of all sizes. If you're big, if you're skinny, if you got a six-pack, whatever your body type is, True Classic Tees' promise to you is that they have the best-fitting tees for males of all sizes. They got a polo line. They got T-shirts. They have an athletic line as well. I love these polos. I can play golf in them. I can go to work. I can hit the driving range after work. They're very comfortable. I can wear them to happy hour. Very versatile T-shirts and polos at trueclassictees.com/chat. Get 25% off this holiday season with promo code chat. And hey, get on it now because the holidays are fast approaching. I hate Christmas shopping. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I'm just going to order some True Classic Tees for all the males in my life, and boom, I'm done with it. 25% off. Every T-shirt in this 9-pack is less than $14 per tee. Say you got 3 males in your life, get them 3 T-shirts each, boom, you're done. Like, that's very, very easy. TrueClassicTees.com/chat, promo code chat to get 25% off, and you will be good to go with True Classic. Truman Outley, Barkley in free agency? Yeah, he's a free agent after this year. Now, the Giants can certainly re-sign him, and there's a decent chance they will. They can also franchise tag him, but he is set to be a free agent. So that could be an appealing situation. Busy Womack are looking at free agents for CBs. I'll take a look at the list soon and see what's out there. I did a defensive free agent targets video. Go check that out. I'm just blanking on what cornerbacks I talked about, but there's a few of them out there. There's a few of them. Keem78, got to be patient. Claypool will pan out next season. It sucks seeing the potential this year, but the reality of the rebuild is now in full effect. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. That was not a trade about this year. Like, sure, we want to see more this year out of Claypool. I think everybody does, including Ryan Poles, but that was a trade for 2023 and ideally beyond if he works out. So got to get it time, got to get it a lot more time. And by the way, receivers and quarterbacks build that chemistry more so in the offseason than they do during the season. All right, we cover daily Bears news, rumors, and a lot more. So hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of it. If you want to be a part of these mailbags, you got to subscribe and join us every Tuesday when we go live to answer your questions. So go ahead and subscribe and don't miss any of our videos. Clint Wilson, why can't this fan base just get a straight answer about anything? I would sit Justin Fields, bring him back week 13, and not risk any further injury. Yeah, if you're talking about Matt Eberflus, being vague after the game and on Monday, yeah, I get that. I wish they would be more clear. You're 3-8. Tell us what's going on with the quarterback. I don't get that. Little squad, would you have taken Jaxson Smith-Njiba with the 3rd pick if he was healthy? It's too high. Now, if he was having a crazy season, like 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, like maybe. But 3 is high for a receiver. Like, you can trade down to 10, 12, and have your choice from a few. So, probably not. Probably not 3 now. Philip Palmisano, if the Bears pick top 3 in the draft, the only one I would pick would be Will Anderson. I would trade down if he is picked by the time the Bears pick. Thoughts? I mean, I'm open to drafting him or Jalen Carter. If those are both gone, and which, by the way, if they are both gone, that probably means at least one of C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young are available. You could trade down and get a haul because teams are going to call moving up for those 2 guys probably. So, yeah, I think you're in a good position. If you get a top 4 pick, think about this, top 4 pick, one of C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, and Jalen Carter have to be on the board. It is impossible for not one of those players to be there. So if it's Anderson and Carter or Carter at 4, let's say you have the 4th pick, the other 3 are gone, you probably just draft that player. If the 2 defensive guys are gone and one of the quarterbacks is there, you trade down. Team's going to trade up for him. So top 4 pick is what you want right now. Now, other prospects could enter that category depending on the combine and all that stuff. But right now, if you can get a top 4 pick, you're in a good position for the Bears. Paleo, with the slowish progress from Getsy himself and some questionable calls, I sort of doubt he gets a head coaching job at least in 2023. Yeah, I mean, I think he'll probably get some interviews, but I tend to agree. He'll probably be back for at least another year, and that's a good thing. We want to enter the offseason with the same offense. Even if you're not a huge Getsy guy, like building more continuity, building on top of some of the good things we've seen offensively, like I get it. That last 2-minute shit pissed me off from Getsy. But this is still a team that's averaged about 30 points for the last 5 weeks. When's the last time Bears fans have been able to say that? Like Cutler? And I don't think it was 30 points either. It's probably more like 25. So, if he's back, that is a very, very good thing. Keem78, draft mostly receivers and defensive line, then hit free agency for a stud O-line. Possible. Yeah, you could definitely do that. There's some free agent offensive linemen out there. So, that is definitely a real possibility. It's been a while. Packers game coming up soon. Type FGB, 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 FGB. Get it going, FGB. Let's make it happen. Clint Wilson, should we sign Larry Ogunjobi? I don't know if that was intentional or not, Clint. It's Larry Ogunjobi. Yeah, I think he's like a fallback defensive tackle guy. He's not up there with Deron Payne and Javon Hargrave, but I could see them trying to sign him again. I wouldn't give him the contract they initially gave him. He's been just okay this year for Pittsburgh. But, yeah, I'd be open to it. Bearman, which position on defense is needed more? I'll rank them. Edge, defensive tackle, and then I'll go linebacker then corner, but corner's more valuable, so corner could become more important than linebacker. So all four of those positions are needed. I think you're pretty strong at safety, assuming you keep Eddie Jackson with him and Brisker. Jalen Johnson has been pretty solid when fully healthy. You got another year with him. We'll see what happens with Kendall Vildor. Hopefully Kyler Gordon improves. I still think you could use another corner there. Linebacker, I like what I'm seeing from Sanborn, but you need a lot more. Front four, joke. You need more defensive ends and defensive tackles. Mike Nintendo Master. Should the Bears draft Quentin Johnston? I would love it, man. I would buy a jersey right away. That's my guy. Now, I will say, as of late especially, the last couple games he's had a drop in each of them, just like a concentration drop. In general, he has pretty good hands, but every once in a while he'll drop one, which not great, but every receiver drops passes sometimes. But 6'4", 215, jump ball machine, yards after the catch. I mean, he's got the full arsenal. He's very, very good. Larry Lambert, Mike Sanderstill, an Eberflus type guy reminds me of More 2. More 2. What am I missing here? Someone says LMAO. I like Larry Hogan, Joby. It's pretty funny. Help me out here, Larry. I don't know what I'm having a brain fart here. I'm not sure. Oh, Kenny Moore. Yeah, I could see that. That's actually a pretty good call, Larry. Pretty good call. Shahan Carr, could we trade for Chris Olave, and what would the trade look like? Chris Olave, Saints are keeping him. Someone the other day, I don't know if it was you or someone else, said trade a first-round pick for Olave. I'm not trading a top-5 pick for Olave. I love Chris Olave, but I'm not trading a top-5 pick for him. He's not going anywhere. He's staying with the Saints. All right, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at HGramNFL if you want to ask me more questions about the Bears, the NFL, college football, anything else, non-sports related. I'm an open book at HGramNFL. Hit me up, and I'll be responding as soon as I can.